The United States is in the business of saving the damn world by any means necessary.
What in the holy hell?
Before we get into Creature Commandos, how much fun did you have making Tulsa King Season 2 and getting to work with Sly?
I mean, you know what? Sly has been on my bucket list. I grew up, he was an influence on me becoming an actor. And then we became pals before Tulsa King. And to work with him and to stand across from Stallone and do 9-page scenes and him call me and ask me for my opinion, I've come full circle. It's amazing. And you know, it looks like we're going to go do season 3.
Well, needless to say, I'm so happy for you. And I'm a huge fan of Sly. I watched the show. I'm like 2-3 episodes behind,
right?
But I love watching him. I really do.
It's great, and it gets really good. The show it kind of goes from a little comic-y, funny to real serious towards the end.
You've done a number of action films the last few years. Which one turned out like way better than you expected? What was one that you're like, if you haven't seen my recent films, this is the one you should watch?
I'll tell you which one. It's the one that's coming out in theaters in December. It's called Werewolves, which is kind of an action horror in the vein of like Purge Anarchy. This movie is now in 2,200 theaters. This was a $10 million movie, and hats off to Miles Nistel, who put a lot of money into the post-production and made this movie look like a $50 million film. And it's lights out. It is, it's as good as it can possibly be for that genre, I think, with practical wolves. So I'm looking forward to that.
I am also looking forward to this now. They've been emailing me. Now I need to be on it. You know what I mean? So listen, man, this is a juicy role for the new DC. What you got, you know, what you landed. How much did James tell you about like the overall arc and where this is all going when you were offered or signed on?
Yeah, you know, James kind of gave me some broad strokes about he and Peter taking over DC and the direction they were going and how they wanted their actors to be in both the live action and the animated and whatever voices and so forth and so on. And, you know, I said to him, look, brother, he's such a great man. And I said, whatever you guys are doing, I want in. And so whatever capacity that is, I want in. And he has been a man of his word tenfold with this character. And I couldn't be more grateful and excited to be a part of this world, really.
One of the things because you're in Creature Commandos, you're in Superman, you're in Peacemaker, and I don't really know how much further it goes, but your character seems like it could be a little bit of like Agent Coulson, you know, what Clark Gregg played in the MCU. Do you get a little bit of a vibe like that?
You know, I'll go a step further, and I get a little bit of a Sam Jackson vibe.
Sure, you know what I mean. Like one of those.
It's that kind of thing where he can swing through for a little bit, like in Superman, and you know, have a kind of a critical, pivotal role, and then a bigger role in certainly in Peacemaker, a very crucial role, and then you know is the leader of the team on Creature Commandos. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what the future holds, but I think you know Rick Flag is kind of the head of Argus, and so you know like the MCU with Jackson. I mean, you never know. I mean, you really it's kind of endless.
What was it like reading the scripts for Creature Commandos for the first time? Because I've seen the first 5 episodes, and it struck me that it gets better as it goes. It's really funny. There's like some sick and twisted shit, and it's also heartbreaking.
Yeah,
like there's so much.
I'll tell you, he sent me all the scripts. Him and Peter sent me all the scripts. I read them in a day, and then I read them again. And I wish I could send you the texts that I sent them, because I read lots of scripts. And I'm not getting scripts from like Steve Zalian and, you know, the top guys in Hollywood. So when they sent me these scripts, I was like, holy shit. And my thoughts were exactly yours. It's like, it's funny, it's dirty. Sometimes it's filthy dirty. It's violent. And it's just, it's of the time. And I was blown away. I wish I could send you the text. I must have sent them a half dozen texts going, guys, fellas, I'm like, Gunn, this is brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I think for what it is brilliant. And I've come to learn that he is breathing very thin air. He's an outlier. I mean, James Gunn is a brilliant writer, and he's so much fun to work with. But I read his words, and I'm like, I don't need to change any of this. And a few times I've said to him during Peacemaker, hey, brother, what if I do this? Is it okay? And he goes, try it and let me know. And sure as hell, 10 out of 10 times, I've tried my little fix, and I'm like, nope, he knows exactly what he's doing. Rare.
Totally. I am a big fan of his writing and his work. Which episode of the 7 is your favorite?
I think 5. 5 is probably my favorite. Yeah.
5 is very good.
Yeah, I think 5. But then the last one's great. The last one's really great too.
So I don't want to give away too much, but you have a R-rated scene with another character. And I was surprised because I didn't see it coming. I don't think that you have done a lot of voiceover work, like a lot of voice work for animation. This might be the first thing. So
I think What If was.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But in What If you weren't asked to do this?
Right.
So what was it like for you doing the recording for this? Because it is, it's pretty dirty.
So during the recording, it was me, James, and Maria, the other actress. And he said, I need you guys to have sex, not together. And so we kind of, made out with our arms and were screaming and writhing in ecstasy. And it went on for 20 minutes. Funny story. When I first saw it, when I got the screener, I was watching it with my 16-year-old son, who is a comic book freak. So he starts watching and he goes, what's this? And I go, oh, I might be having sex. He goes, no. I go, it's a cartoon. He goes, no, it's your voice. I can't listen to this. And he freaked out and he left the room. And then he met Maria at Comic-Con and he was completely embarrassed, as if I really had sex. But it's pretty R-rated.
Oh, it's very R-rated. Also, I was pleasantly surprised at the level of violence with some of the gun, with GI Robot and some of the things that he does. I think fans are really going to enjoy it for sure.
I hope so. It's really so original. And nowadays, and look, I'm older, but I even see my kids. I have kids that are 16, 20, and 25. What they're looking for in content and shows is originality and authenticity. And that we have that in spades, I think.
Also, just animation right now aimed at adults or more mature audiences is really taking off. And I'm just a huge fan. And this is just a welcome addition.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I'm excited.
So I definitely have to touch on Peacemaker season 2. You get to be a part of that. I'm pretty confident that you will be fighting John Cena as Peacemaker in this show. So what the hell was that like? Because John's a big dude. Yeah,
I've always fought guys bigger than me. But he's a big dude. He is a big dude. And, we do get into it, and I'm not going to give anything away. And it's an interesting thing about Peacemaker and his perspective about my son and what his feelings are about himself because of that. So there are we do get into some tangles, but I don't know that people are going to expect what's to happen.
Sure. I want to reemphasize. I've sat next to John, talking to him. He is a big dude.
He's a big guy. He's thick.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he would literally, he could crush most people with his pinky. He's a fucking big dude.
He's a strong guy. I mean, he's got the thighs and he's built like a giant linebacker in the NFL. He is a big dude. Couldn't be a nicer man. And one of the really intelligent, a real intelligent guy, and a hell of an actor. Yeah.
I completely agree. He is so smart and just a really nice person.
Yeah.
So one of the things about Peacemaker, the first season, is the opening credits and that dance number was just fantastic. And I think that's one of the reasons the show was such a hit, was that opening dance number. So I know that they recorded a new season 2 dance number.
Not yet. Not yet.
I was going to ask you, have you been rehearsing? What was that like?
Yeah, we've been rehearsing separately and some of us together. And I think we all come together in the next 2 weeks. We have 3 or 4 days set aside for the dance number, and we're all going to be there together. We got some great moves to show the world.
Are you more nervous to film that dance number than you've been to film things, or are you good at that?
I'm good at that. I love to dance. Yeah, I love to be foolish. In case you haven't noticed, I love it. And I'm more nervous to do a sex scene in a booth by myself than I am to do a dance number.
I really can't wait, and I'm also so curious what James picked as the song. Don't say anything.
No.
But like I'm so curious. So listen, my most anticipated film of next year is Superman. I really like I've been waiting and waiting for DC to make another Superman. I'm over the fucking moon that it's James Gunn. What the hell was it like getting to step on set in a Superman movie? Because I know you must love the character like I love the character.
I do, and I think I wasn't a superhero kid. I wasn't a comic book kid, but the one superhero, and I'm talking about from the TV show, the original TV show, was Superman. And to me, he's the ultimate and only superhero, second to maybe no one. And a long distance from that is Batman, right? And those are the two comics. Those are the two superheroes I grew up with. But to step on set and to know Gunn was at the helm, even in the capacity that I was working, was a gift. And I'll tell you something. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. I got a sneak peek at the little bit of the trailer, and I'm not joking, and I'm not blowing this out of proportion. My skin was hot, and I had goosebumps. That's how great it is. And so I think, by the way, this kid David is going to be a superstar, and he's amazing, as is the rest of the cast in the film, and just James' take on it. I think I think it's gonna be the movie.
Because you obviously, what is it like? How is Rick like I guess, what is he like in Peacemaker? What is he like in Superman? Like, is he more morally gray in one or the other? What can you?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think he's equally driven by an internal demon that is causing him to be on one side or the other, if that makes any sense, without saying too much. And it's interesting because I think Rick is in two different parts of his professional career in Peacemaker and Superman. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays.
What was it like? I think you have a scene with David as Superman, at least one. So what was it like actually standing with him, being in a scene with Superman? Because for me, I'd lose my shit. Like, I just, I can't imagine what that's like as an actor.
Well, I'm so in it. So it's, to me, there's a task at hand, and whoever, and I've been on set with all the superheroes.
Believe me, I know.
I'm less impressed with that, and I'm more dialed into what my piece of this is and what I have to do to make James happy. But I'll tell you this, David is a very commanding presence physically. And when that suit walked on set and he took the cover off and we were about to shoot, I felt like I was standing next to Superman, and I felt like an 8-year-old boy. So if that's any indication.
Totally. I don't know what the future is for Rick in the DC universe. Has James told you? Like, I don't even know if he survived Superman. I don't know anything. But has he teased anything to you in terms of what's coming up? Or
no, he has not done any of that. We've just gone from Creature to Superman. He's been I don't know how the guy does it. I mean, he must have 48 hours in a day. And then now on Peacemaker, which he's directing the last 2 episodes. Rick isn't dead, so I'm sure, if there is a place for Rick in any other capacity, I'll get the call. You know what I mean? But it's been a gift. It's been just amazing to be in this situation and to be around so much high level talent. It's just beautifully refreshing, and it's like being around your family. It really is. It's like it's really easy to be here, which I really appreciate.
Man, I got to stop. I really mean it when I say I'm so happy for you. This is a fucking great gig.
Thanks, brother.
You know, and I cannot wait to see Peacemaker and Superman, and you know what I mean. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, brother. Great to see you.